210 Boxing TV here with the one and only Robert Garcia. Robert, man, always come to you when big fights happen, and we had a big fight this weekend, and a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions. You know, some people, put their foot in their mouth. A lot of people are eating crow because a lot of people picked Devin because of everything that Ryan was going through, and honestly, Ryan kind of played everybody for a fool on this one.
Yeah, you know what? First of all, puro 210. Puro San Antonio. You know what? I think most of the boxing people were wrong. Everybody picked it wrong. The odds, I think they started like at 10, 11 to 1, ended at 6 to 1, where Ryan made a few $1 million there,
he
betting on himself, which, he knew what he was doing. He kind of did fool everybody, the world, because including myself, I like Ryan. I've always said, great kid. I always cheer for him, and I always wished him the best, and I wanted him to win against Tank, and I wanted him to win this one, but because of his behavior, because of everything going on social media, just like the whole world, we thought this kid is not ready to fight. This kid is not going to perform, and he's gonna lose. That's what everybody thought. I don't think he stopped drinking. I think he's stupid drinking, because if he's got that power and that speed, that's what he needs.
Yeah.
He just needs to, obviously, be in shape to fight. He needs to work out. He can't just go out there without working out. But that power and speed that he has, it's just one in a lifetime. You don't see that speed, power, accuracy when he throws that punch. And then you have a fighter in Devin Haney who's not very strong physically. He looked very strong in his last fight, but in previous fights, he's been wobbled, he's been hurt a few times, so he's not the strongest guy, and he doesn't hit that hard either. So Ryan seen it in the first round. I'm pretty sure he felt his punches, felt this guy's not gonna hurt me. He landed that hook where he hurt him, and knew he was in control. It was gonna just get better and better for him as the rounds went by, because Devin Haney did make 140, Ryan didn't. That's also another advantage that Ryan had. 3.2 is a big difference when it comes to boxing. A lot of people think, that shouldn't have been a difference. It does make a big difference. I know I boxed, and those last 2-3 pounds, the 1 pound is a big fucking difference when you're cutting weight. So did it help Ryan? Of course. So you know what? I'm happy for him. Happy for his family. They grew up Southern California through the amateurs, going to tournaments. Like Ryan says, there was times where they slept in their car. His parents became officials just to get a free room every time they traveled. Training in his garage. That's an awesome story, man. And where they're at right now, it's unbelievable, man. I'm really happy for them. It's great.
Elaborate a little more, because as you said, you're an ex-fighter, you're an ex-world champion. Now you're a trainer and everything. Those 3 pounds, did they really make that much of a difference?
See, people that have never been involved, they think, it's Mayweather had no problem fighting Canelo, where Canelo was probably 20 pounds overweight, because Mayweather never gained weight. I remember Mayweather used to weigh at 147. Next day, the day of the fight, because I don't know if you remember, HBO used to weigh the fighters as they walked into the arena. Mayweather would gain 1 pound. Sometimes
he weighed less.
Sometimes he would weigh less.
Yeah.
Because that was just his natural weight, and he would go out there and still perform and still beat the Canelos, the Margarita, the Cottos, all those guys.
Yeah.
He would still beat all those guys. But that's just special talent. He got clipped a few times, and he took a really good punch. Mayweather had a good chin. Mayweather had unbelievable skills, maybe the best skills in the world. So it's just different. Haney, gets tagged and can't take a punch that well. So it's a big difference. 3 pounds make a big fucking difference. A lot of people don't think so, but 3 pounds is a lot. You could lose 3 pounds in 30 minutes of a workout when you're full of water and energy and everything. Yeah. But when you're already cutting weight, those last 3 pounds are going to be the hardest. So yes, I think it did make a big difference.
We know that on Thursday at the final press conference, Devin kind of had an idea that Ryan was going to be overweight and said for every pound you're overweight, 500,000 and everything, ended up being 1.5 million. If you were in Bill Haney's shoes, knowing that Ryan came in 3.2 pounds overweight, would you have just scrapped the fight?
It's a hard situation to be in. It's a lot of money. It's a big fight. It's a huge fight. Huge money fight. So there's no, if I was in that same position, it's really hard, man, because, this is the fight that they're gonna, make him a superstar, because on paper that's what it was gonna happen. He was supposed to win. He was supposed to beat Ryan and become a bigger superstar.
Yeah.
But it's, I don't blame them either. They felt very confident that they were gonna pull it off, even though there was 3-pound disadvantage. I think they should have put a clause there. Okay, you didn't make weight, so you can be, 10, 12 pounds, gain more than 10 or 12 pounds the day of the fight, the next day, something. They should have done something, because it was, you could see the difference, man. It did make a big difference. I know there's people saying that it didn't, because it didn't make a difference with Mayweather. Well, Mayweather's totally different. Haney doesn't have the chin that Mayweather had. He doesn't have power either. So it's it's just a totally different situation. I think they should have done something about it. There's a lot of money involved too. So canceling the fight, you couldn't blame him either if he would have said, no, I'm not fighting. But man, I don't know how much he was guaranteed, but I'm pretty sure it was a big chunk of money. So it's also hard to say, no, I'm not taking this fight. They should have, but it's hard, man. It's a hard decision when you're at the moment. I think they should have done a clause where you can gain so much weight by tomorrow. They should have done that. But I think they were just so confident that they thought, 3 pounds is not going to make a difference. We're still going to slap this guy around. He's fucking around. He's drinking. He's partying. He's not going to be able to hang in there, which the whole world thought. Loma thought the same thing when he fought Salido. Salido came in heavy, and Loma didn't do a clause, didn't do we're still going to beat him, no worries. And he lost.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So you got to be very careful when something like that happens, that's a learning experience for them, and not only for them, for us, for everybody. We're trainers too, and it could happen to one of my fighters, and we gotta be aware and alert. We have to make the right decision, because sometimes taking that chance, like Devin Haney, yeah, they got a huge payday. Like I said, I don't know the amount, but I'm pretty sure it was huge. Pay-per-view, they made a lot of money, but now that he lost, he has to go back, and I'm not saying he's going to start all over again, because he's still a big name. But it's not the same thing as if he would have won. Where if he would have just said, nope, I'm not fighting, that's too much, make weight, or there's no fight, then they could still make the fight 4 or 5 months later, and if he wins, then he's worth double the money. So it's a hard decision, man. But any trainer is going to be. You can't make that decision by yourself. It's got to be the whole team, everybody involved. The promoter also, because they're all involved. It's hard, man. That's really hard.
All right. Your thoughts on, because I had similar thoughts like you and everything. I was kind of looking at it like bad, negatively and everything. But then I realized all Ryan really did was finesse the system, just how he got finessed last year. Because remember, this time last year, Tank dropped him down to 136. Yeah. Put a 10-pound rehydration clause on him and everything. And you could tell the difference between last year's Ryan and this Ryan that we just saw right now. So Ryan more than likely learned his lesson from the whole Tank situation.
Exactly.
And now Devin will more than likely learn a lesson from this situation.
Yeah, exactly right. The only difference is Ryan is a way bigger star. So even though he lost, he still comes back and fights again, and still a big fight, against Duarte. Still a big fight, still a big event in Texas. He comes and fights Haney, and he's still the big star. He's still the bigger star. He's still the A side. He's still the one making the most money. Mm-hmm. So it's a big difference there. But yes, Ryan did exactly what they did to him.
Where do you see Devin going from here? I know Devin. They're saying he's still the champ because he didn't lose the belts, and he's going to fight Martin.
In reality, the belt was on line, because it was, but only for Devin.
Yeah.
If Ryan won, he's not the champion because he didn't make weight. But the belt was still on line. So in reality, it should be a vacant title.
It should be, yeah.
It should be a vacant title. But I also see, the WBC saying, Devin's still champion. That's fine. I feel bad for the ones that are ranked number 1, number 2, who would have fought for the vacant title. That's the problem there.
Yeah.
But it's also fair to say, okay, you still get to keep your title, but it should have been a vacant title because it's been done before where the opponent doesn't make weight and the belt only goes for the one that did, and if he loses, then he's not the champion.
Yeah.
Okay, but that's just the way it is. He's still champion, but I think that could hurt him, because he took a beating.
Yeah, he did.
Three times he went down. There was a couple times that you could have counted a knockdown and the ref didn't. So it could have been more than 3. He was hurt a few more times than just 3 times that he got dropped. So maybe like 5 or 6 times he got hurt and stunned. So I think he's gonna need some time to come back and recover, and he's gonna need some maybe like I don't want to say easy because at that level there's no easy fights, but something where he could come back, not too dangerous fight. But as a champion, he's got to defend his title against somebody in the top 10. So as a champion, I think that could be a problem for him. I think
his mandatory is that
Sandro Martin.
Yeah, Sandro Martin.
Okay,
yeah.
so Sandro Martin's a good boxer.
Yes.
Maybe doesn't have power, but he's a good boxer. Good, so it's not going to be an easy fight. Especially when they want to do the fight. So I think maybe still being a champion might put him in a position where he has to fight somebody. Martin's not easy either. I think he would be better off losing his title, starting all over, get a couple, rest, really good rest for maybe the rest of the year. Come back if you fight at the end of the year. Come back with you're not a champion. Get an easy fight. Get somebody just to go out there, give you 2 or 3 rounds, come back, and then fight again early next year. Stay active and start picking it up little by little. That would be my advice. That would be the best thing. But as a champion, he's not going to be able to do that. He has to go into fucking championship fights. So it's going to be tough, man. I think it was cool that the WBC did that to him, but the WBC might be hurting him a little because they're going to force him to defend his title. They're going to force him to fight those tough fights.
Speaking of fighting tough fights, obviously Ryan can't make 140. He said it himself, so he's going to be fighting now at welterweight, 147.
I think there's a reason for him not making weight, but that's a different story. That's something between him and himself. I think I could figure it out, and a lot of people probably do the same. But that's none of my business. He's actually a smart little kid. So he's doing. He's got his good plan, which is perfect for him. But yeah, he says he wants to fight at 147. There's a lot of fights at 147.
Who do you see him fighting at 147?
Right now with Crawford moving up and vacating the title. See, that's what happens when there's an undisputed champion. When the undisputed champion, just like Inui, left 118, there was opening for 8 fighters to become champions. Not all of them are the best. Not all of them are great because there's 8 different fighters in the same weight division, and maybe you have 2 or 3 very, very good fighters in each division, not all 8. So I think at welterweight it's kind of open right now. Even though there's like Boots Ennis is probably the most dangerous one, the one to avoid, but he's the biggest name too. We have my fighter Santillano's gonna fight for the vacant title soon. He's also there available. Then you have the other belts that we don't know. I know Barrios is a champion. That'll probably be a good fight for Ryan. Ryan's a big boy. Ryan has power. That's probably I'd probably say that's probably his best option. Ryan has power, man, to do whatever he does, even at welterweight. He's got that power that he could hurt fighters at welterweight.
Give me your final thoughts on the weekend and Ryan Garcia and the event that was Ryan Garcia versus Devin Haney.
Great for boxing, man. Great for boxing. Great for all of us. It you know it puts people's eyes in boxing. And I have two big fights coming up this weekend. So it does it help? Of course it helps. People are excited about Ryan. People are excited about the results. So they're all going to tune in. They all want to continue watching boxing. I think the numbers, the ratings are going to be much better. The audience is, even though Jose in Fresno sells out all the time, but now that Virgil's part of the co-main event and Duarte and a few other good fights, I think the fans are more excited after what Ryan did. They're going to show up a little bit more, a little bit better with just more energy to watch real boxing. I think it was a good event for boxing. It helped everybody. It helps us. It helps everybody involved in boxing.
I know that you brought it up and everything. You think Jose could be a future opponent for Ryan?
You know what? Well, why not? Why
they're
not?
Both under the same stable.
See, the thing is, exactly, they're both with Golden Boy. It's a fight that could be done. Jose, I don't think Jose would mind doing a catch weight also, 43, 45, even if it's not a non-title fight. Who cares? We could definitely do it. I would love to. Jose would love to, but I also see the business side of it. If it's in California, huge fight, big event, awesome. Rick Morrigan will promote the shit out of that event. But Ryan's a superstar, a fighter that might be looking at those bigger names, the Boots Ennis at welterweight.
Maybe Keith Thurman.
Maybe maybe a rematch with Tank at a catch weight of 43 somewhere, which Tank might not do, but that's what Ryan might be looking at. I'm not sure if Golden Boy would consider it. I would love to, man. Jose would love to. I think Jose would. He's got the style, he's got the heart, he's got the strength also. He trains like nobody else, So it would be a great fight. I would love it.
And finally, let the fans know where they can follow you, get to know more about Robert Garcia and RGBA.
Yeah, Garcia Boxing, and in the next couple of months we'll be opening up our new location. I'm expanding. I'm going bigger now.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Moreno Valley, which is
Moreno Valley,
15
minutes, yeah.
Across the freeway. It's going to be a lot easier for everybody right off the freeway. It's going to be a great location. So stay tuned. Right now, we're working on it. It looks like we're closing the deal in the next week or so, and I'm going to have at least two or 3 months to make the final move. But yeah, it's going to be a badass location.
Nice. Thanks for your time, Robert.
Thank you.